One of the things that Common Ground is doing now, and I think is relevant to any communities of disadvantage, as opposed to individuals suffering from disadvantage, is that we're realizing that our approach to community building in a specific building, one of our supportive housing residences per se, that those ideas are very relevant on a community scale, on a neighborhood scale. Just the idea that you need, stable housing, you need safety, you need reliable maintenance, you need access to basic services around health and employment. And so some of our current work, which is very hopeful in its early iteration in New York, is to work on a community basis. We're working in a public housing neighborhood that's very distressed in New York City, where there are 5,000 families, some of the worst rates of poverty and involvement with the criminal justice system, high birth rates, a lot of low birth weight babies, a lot of sort of intergenerational challenge around poverty and disadvantage. And we're working around community organizing, around upgrading the quality of the housing, adding additional housing units, linking together all of the functioning institutions in that community that weren't talking to each other and yet were important, had important roles to contribute, and also working with the criminal justice system and with neighbors to make the neighborhood safer. So this is going to be a 10-year project, but we do think that this look at a whole community, these features of what constitute health and stability, and working with a realization that this is not going to turn around in a year or 2 years, but that we have to make investments that are that comprehensive in nature, that have to involve and educate and enlist local residents in sort of owning the safety and health of their neighborhood. We feel very hopeful based on our early work over the last 3 years that we're onto something that can be very important in terms of any disadvantaged community.